Hello everyone, welcome to SFDC Chronicle. Hope you are all doing great. Today we are going to talk about a really hot topic in the market, Vibe coding, and how you can use and access AgentForce Vibe coding. In this video, we will mainly focus on the AgentForce Vibe IDE, not the one that is enabled in Visual Studio Code, but the browser-based IDE where you do not need to install or set up anything. You just create an org and you are good to go. So without further ado, let's get started. So today we are going to cover what is Vibe coding and what is AgentForce Vibe IDE, how you can create an account for AgentForce Vibe IDE, and how to set up and couple of use cases that we can achieve using AgentForce Vibe IDE. So what is Vibe coding? Vibe coding is a way of doing coding, that is developing an application or software in different programming languages by simply giving instruction to an AI tool in plain, simple language. The AI then generates the working code for you based upon the instruction that you have provided in the plain simple language. So instead of writing the code all by yourself, you just review, tweak, and use the AI generated code. This way, you can quickly start building an application, website, or software without needing to write every line manually. So the Vibe coding terminology is first coined on February 25, and after that it has been hugely or extensively used by everyone. Now that is all about Vibe coding, and it will be helpful for both beginners, experienced developer, like if you are changing from one language to another language, like suppose you are working on C sharp or .NET or like Java, and you want to switch to Salesforce and you want to write Apex class, LWC component, Vibe coding is your partner so that you can able to, without knowing all the nitty-gritty of syntax of a particular language, you can able to develop or achieve the requirement or the whatever you are wanted to develop, you can do that. So there Vibe coding is very helpful. Now what is AgentForce Vibe IDE? AgentForce Vibe IDE is an AI powered browser based integrated development environment that allow user to build Salesforce application using natural language prompts. AgentForce Vibe is also available in VS Code, but the version requires some setup on developer's end. This IDE, however, is a fully ready to use version that brings the full power and flexibility of Visual Studio Code directly to your browser. It includes all the key features such as Salesforce extension, Salesforce CLI, and GitHub integration. So instead of spending time setting up AgentForce Vibe in VS Code, you can use the AgentForce Vibe IDE to start developing right away. So whether you are an admin or a developer, you can work directly with your Salesforce instance. No download or installation needed. You can work from anywhere with a complete development environment, AI powered coding, instead org integration, and all the tools you need right at your fingertips. Everything is available on AgentForce Vibe IDE. You just start using it. So you might be wondering, right? Why does it matter? Like why you actually use it? Well, it matters mainly for two reasons: accessibility and speed and experimentation. So, what does I mean by accessibility? Now, you don't need to know every detail of coding syntax, as I have already mentioned, or low level setup. So, if you come from another programming background like Java or .NET, you can still easily use AgentForce Vibe. You just give instruction to the LLM and it generates the code for you. Since you already have some coding knowledge, you can review it, tweak it, and use that code right away. And what about speed and experiment? Because it allows you to prototype idea quickly, you can create a proof of concept POC or even a full application or website just by describing what you want and letting the AI generate the basic structure. Then you can refine and build from there. So that's why Agentforce Vibe matters. It makes coding faster, more accessible, and more creative. But that doesn't mean that whatever is generated by IDE is 100% usable. You need to review it, you need to modify it as per your requirement, and then you can use it. So, as an like basic structure, it will be very helpful, but it's always better to review it to have your expertise used in the coding. That will be very much needed. Otherwise, the code that is generated by ID is not 100% accurate. It might have some flaws, might have some like loopholes where it create a big problem in a project. So that's why always review the code, whatever is generated by the Agentforce or Vibe ID or the LLM. Okay, so now let's see how to create an Agentforce Vibe ID account, and from there we will see all the hands-on, all the setup that we need to do, and uh, how to use Agentforce Vibe ID. So first, to create an account for AgentForce Vibe ID, you need to go to this link. I will provide the link in the description section. So you need to navigate to this link and then a form will be given to you. You need to fill up all the form, all the details within that form, and you need to sign up. Once you sign up, then you will receive an email like this in your email ID, like the email ID that you have provided while like filling up the form. So in that particular email ID, you will get a email like this, and you need to change your password and save the username and password for for the future use, and then using that username and password you will able to log in into your Agentforce Vive ID. Okay, so let's see that once you able to create the ID, you are logged in into your Salesforce account like me. So I have already logged in into my Salesforce account. Now let me navigate to the Agentforce Vive. So before that, let me show you what we are going to cover today as part of hands-on. So as part of hands-on, we are going to cover how to open Agentforce Vibe, how to open the chat window where you are like start providing instruction or your requirement to the LLM that you are going to do, how to connect an org, what is the difference between plan and act mode, what are the different option you can enable and from where, and how to check all the MCP server, how you can manage all the MCP server, how you able to add context, rules, and from where you can see the recent task. So that is all we are going to cover, and after that we are going to check some use cases as well. So let's get started. So Here, I have already logged into my Salesforce account, and then from this wrench icon, you can able to see there is one option coming in the setup, that is AgentForce Vibe. So you need to click on AgentForce Vibes, and it will take couple of time to load AgentForce Vibe. So you able to see that this is the way it is coming. So it is loading. You need to wait for some time till it is finished. Okay, so it got loaded for me. You can see like it got loaded for me. And then from where you can able to access the AgentForce Vibe, if you can see, this is the icon that is represent AgentForce Vibe. You need to click on this one, and then it will open the chat window. So now you can see my chat window has been opened. Now for you, it might be little bit different. There will be one acknowledgement or a you need to agree on something. So a checkbox will come and then a button will come where you need to click on the checkbox and click on I agree or I acknowledge this. And then once you agreed upon all the terms and condition, then a screen like this will appear. So from here you can chat with your agent force. Now, so this two part, how to open AgentForce Vibe and how to open chat window, this one is we have covered. Now you can able, this is same like a Visual Force VS Code. If you're familiar with the VS Code, then it's look very much familiar. So from here you can like able to authorize an org. If you want to authorize, you can very well authorize the org. And then once you authorize, you are connected with the org. Once you are connected, then you can type anything and make sure it should be in the act mode and not in the plan mode. So plan mode is something like you just want to chat with agent force in some design discussion or something like that where you don't want agent force to create or take some action. Like you don't want to create a class, you don't want to create an object or some LWC component, you don't want to create something, you just want to chat with agent force. So then you can select plan mode, but for for this video, and if you want to create something, if you want your agent force vibe should take some action, in this case please keep it on act mode. So this is like you can like just toggle it, so it should be in act mode, just make sure of that. Now there is couple of option present here. One is like auto approve enable. If you are doing something, then whether to auto approve it or not, for that one it is enable. If you disable that one, then the like you need to approve each and everything before agent force will do something. Then read mode is agent force will able to read the file or the like your folder, everything like project folder, whatever you have in this project folder, it should able to read that one. For that, suppose you have a particular class and you want that in a particular method something is not working perfectly. So you want your agent force to look into that one and fix it. In this case, it should able to read your class first and then it will able to suggest you some code, right? So for that one, read is very much needed. So that's why we use this read. Now edit is something like it can able to like if you enable it, it will create all the classes. It will like modify all the changes without your approval. It will not wait for your approval. It will directly do all the thing. So that's why it is recommend not to check this one. Keep this feature as unchecked, and once agent force does all the analysis and agent force ask you that whether you want to create this class, whether you want to modify this class, and you just need to approve it. So keep this one, keep this edit as unchecked. So yeah, that is one another option. Now, there is some more thing that is like MCP server. So you can manage your so first of all, what is an MCP stands for? So MCP is Model Context Protocol, and MCP server is basically a system that connects AI model with different tools. So think of the MCP server as the middleman between the AI model and the real world system you want it to work with. So suppose if you tell your AgentForce Vibe that create an Apex class in my Salesforce org, the MCP server helps the AI connect to your Salesforce environment securely and execute that action. It tells the AI where to get information from, what data it can use, and what tools it can call. So that is what MCP server in a nutshell. Now, if you click on this one, this particular icon or this particular icon, any in any one you can click and you will get all the MCP server present. So this is the marketplace where there is like different MCP server present and you can install it. But I will go with the one default one that is provided by Salesforce. So if you go to your installed one, then from here you will able to see which one is already available, like already installed in your AgentForce Vibe. So in my case, only AgentForce DX is installed. So that's why in the install, it is showing Salesforce DX. And if you click on this like accordion, then you will able to see some details of this one. Okay. So yeah, all the details will be shown under that. And make sure this checkbox is I mean this toggle button is on and it is showing green. So if it is not showing green, then your MCP is not connected and your AgentForce Vibe will not work properly. So that's why this needs to be turned on, the toggle needs to be turned on, and this needs to be in the as green radio button. So that is all about MCP server. So once you have done with your MCP server, then there comes add context. So you can add couple of S object if you want, like all the S object is present here, like most of the S object you will able to see it here. And if you want to attach anything, you just click on this and it will get attached. For like for any purpose, if you want to add any context, you can do it from here. The another one is like, okay, so recent task, like I have used some of the recent task. So it will show you what recent task you have used, what are the tokens it has been used and everything. And if you click on this, it will give you more details about what you have done, what you haven't done, everything. You will able to see that one. So if you scroll a little bit down, you will able to see the recent task from here. So you can just expand it, collapse it, you can do that one. That is another thing. Now, from where we can set the rule, that I will come later. First, let me show you how to chat with uh, AgentForce Vibe. So this is where you can type whatever you want. So let's see that we have couple of use cases. Before that, let me show you what we have covered. So we have covered this one, we have covered this one also. What is the difference between plan and act mode? We have um, said that what are the different option we can enable. We have talked about read, edit, and this one enabled auto approve enable. Then what is MCP server, from where we can add the context and recent tasks. So rule I will come later on. Now let's see how to chat with one and what it can do for us. So I have like a use case like create a class to update some key account fields and make sure the class is following the singleton design pattern. So let's see whether it's able to create a class, um, and whether the class that is created by this AgentForce Vibe is following the singleton design pattern or not. Let's see that one. Now, if you are not familiar with singleton design pattern, then I already have a video regarding different type of design pattern. I will provide the link in the description section. You can check that out, what is mean by singleton design pattern, and then you can able to relate it whether it is using the singleton design pattern or not while creating the class. Okay, so it created the class. Let's see. So in case of singleton design pattern, what it will help us, that it will not create the instance of the class again and again. Rather, if already an existing instance present, it will use that particular instance and avoid creating the instance again and again. So for that one, it should have a private static instance of this particular class. So it does created that one, and it should have a private constructor, and the so it is created a private constructor so that you should not create the mistakenly create the instance of the class. That is why the constructor is a private. And then it will create a get instance class where if instance is equals to null, then it will send you like a new object. If it is not null, then it will return the existing one. So yes, it does implemented the singleton design pattern very well. So yeah, it is working. And then if we go a little bit down, then we can able to see it is using the bulk update, which is good, and it is updating some of the like field, phone, website, industry rating. So in this particular one means in this particular instruction, you can mention if you want, if you don't want this type of um, field to be updated, you can mention which field you want to be updated, then it will do in the same way. And then it is using database.update, and it is handling the error pretty well. And then it is sending us the response, and it is sanitizing the phone number and everything. So it looks good. So I will click on save. Okay, it is creating the meta.xml file also. Let me save it. Okay, the class got saved and it's working fine. Let me deploy the class. Okay, it is saying something. Okay, I will approve it. So it able to identify couple of issue. That is why, like when it is component failure, column 29, it provided when it try to deploy, we get an error message. So that's why it's trying to like rectify the error that has been generated by the deployment. So it will do it by its own. We no need to do it. And then it will again try to deploy this one. So I think now it is successful. So status succeeded, component deployed once, so it is working. It is deployed successfully in my org. So that is how you can able to create a class. You just if you want to maintain certain design pattern, you can also provide the instruction like this, and you can check whether it is like maintaining the design pattern or not. And yeah, it is working like this. It is working pretty good. Now let's check that one. Class is working fine. Now let's check whether an trigger is working is whether it able to create a trigger or not. Now before creating a trigger, we generally what we do, we maintain some like trigger best practices. Like in Apex also we maintain best practices, but for trigger we maintain couple of best practices, and based upon that we write our trigger. Now you want the same way your AgentForce Vibe should follow. Now from where you can able to set that rule so that AgentForce Vibe should follow that instruction and create the trigger as per your standard that you maintain while creating the trigger. So for that one, we need to go to the, so let me click on start new task. For that one, we need to go to this particular this icon and justice icon. So we need to click on that one. And if you click on that, whatever rule is already present in this org, where it is mentioned as no edit.md, that means it is out of the box instruction that has been provided to LLM by Salesforce. Okay. So that is all out of the box instruction. This is the one that I have created. So trigger best practice rule.md. So if I click on this one, yeah, it will open. So if I click on this one, it will open, and I have written some best practice that write one trigger per object, as multiple trigger can lead to problem. Also write logicless trigger, as we want to maintain a helper class. Always bulkify trigger, avoid recursion, use trigger context variable, like couple of instruction I have provided, and I want LLM to follow this one. So that's why I have enabled it. But to show you like how it actually works, let me first delete it and let me show you how it differs from this one. So let me delete this one. Okay, I deleted this. It's okay, it is not there. Well and good. Now I will ask AgentForce to create that trigger. So I will write this one here only, and then this one I will copy and let me copy it and paste it here. So what I'm providing an instruction, write an account trigger for me which will update the contact object. Whenever there is a change in the phone number in account object, the same number should be update in contact if and only if there is one contact record present under an account. If more than one contact record present, then do not update. Now let's see what it does. So let me close this too. Okay, so it provided all the details here, and then it created a particular helper class as well. But all the time it will not create the helper class as I provided the instruction previously. So it is taking that instruction. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I can save it. Um And let's see what else it will do. Okay, it is creating the XML file. Okay, let me save it. Okay, it is creating the helper class as well. Okay, let's save it. Does it created any recursion? Okay, let it finish, then I will check whether it created anything for the recursion or not. So let's see. Recursion. No, it didn't introduce anything for recursion, so that is fine. Now, if I update like suppose like delete all the files created with respect to account trigger. Let's see what it will do. So why I'm deleting this one? Because I want to show like if you provide your own instruction, then how it will behave. So okay, it is still doing. It is deleted the classes, so it got deleted successfully. Everything is coming like this, so everything is well and good. So run command. Okay, so everything got deleted successfully. Now let me put that rule and let's see how my rule will behave, whether it will. And you just click on plus, so this got created. Now click on this one and it will open this particular thing, and then you just provide your instruction. In my case, I have already my instructions, so I just copy paste it, and I have explicitly mentioned that avoid recursion when a trigger calls itself, often due to use static map or static variable to avoid recursion. I save it and it is turned on. Now let me go to AgentForce again. Sorry, here again. Let me click on this icon and then copy paste the same thing here. And let's see whether it will now create the recursion flag or not. Okay, so now it created a particular Boolean variable for recursion because I have explicitly mentioned that one, but previously it did not provided anything for recursion. So you can able to see using your rule that you have mentioned explicitly, it will work as per your like standard. So I can save it and then it will create rest of the classes. I will save it. Okay, I will save it. Yeah. So that is done. That is how you can able to make use of your rules. You can like maintain a standard for your trigger, apex, whatever you want. Now that is how you can able to create trigger as well as Apex class. Now let's try the third one, that is whether it will able to create an LWC component or not. Let's see how good it will create a LWC component. So the prompt is create an LWC component that will contain a data table which hold 10 recent open opportunity. On select of a record, it should display the details in the right and provide a file upload component to attach some file with the selected opportunity. So first it is creating the class. Okay, class creation done. I will click on save. Save it. And then it started to create the LWC component. Okay, so it does provided me the layout and it does provided me the attached file as well. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So I will save it. And it provided all the JS, so I will save it. So I hit the limit, I think that's why it is giving me that we have temporarily switch you to the core model or pro request reset at November 12th, this one. So I have hit the limit, so that's why it is giving me this one. So yeah, there is a limit that I think 20 requests you can do um, at one go. Then it will reset back to the core model. So that is how you can create your your LWC component, your Apex class, your trigger. If you want to create like any other REST API or anything, it will able to create it. So yeah, I think it is working pretty well to at least to start with a basic structure. It is giving you the structure and you can enhance it further once it provide you the code. You can correct it, tweak it, you can change it. If you don't like a particular method, you can provide the instruction that please modify or change the method like this. You can do all the thing and all the instruction and you can check how well it is working for you. So that is all about today's session. This is how you can make use of AgentForce Vibe. But please keep in mind, whatever code it is generated, you need to review it. If you are not going to review it, it will create any error or anything that is hard to find. So please review each and every line of code. And then if you are satisfied with the code, then deploy it and use it. So that's all for today's session. Hope you like this video. See you soon in my next video. Thank you for watching.